Sony, Sony, Sony. What are you doing? You are fighting for democracy against Terminid scum, automaton scum. Maybe we should have been worried about suits. Getting to the point where it's about principles, people. About principles. Not about, oh, it just takes 2 minutes to do a thing. Yeah, we get it. You're doing 2 minutes. Not that big of a deal. I understand. It's not that big of a deal. Kinda is if PSN, Sony, really bad at keeping your information. That's kind of. Oh, it's also a kind of a big deal if Sony or PSN isn't available in your region. That's also a big deal. And you've already bought the game. Kind of a big deal that people can pick and choose which parts of terms of service works, which version of terms of service works. That's kind of a big deal. You know, it would be terrible if you give me your money for a received product and later on, when it's convenient for me, I get to change the rules around how you're supposed to interface with the product you offer. That's a big deal. But making an account, not really a big deal. Takes 2 minutes. Easy. Give them whatever information they ask, trust them with it, and move on. But at some point, this is about principle. And now I'm glad to see it from Tarkov, this, Helldivers 2. That principles are starting to be employed. Not necessary what they're doing. There's nothing wrong with the game functionally. There's nothing wrong with the game community-wise. Maybe I'm special. Maybe I didn't play enough hours, but I didn't see any toxicity or anything like that from the games that I've played. Honestly, I've seen level 35s drop in with me and want me to use their little Gundams, use their little mechs. Hey, try this out, bro. This is a lot of fun. Great community. And it did it on its own. But then you have Sony telling you that this is for your own good. I'm sure you've heard this very dramatic displays. You've heard this about politics. You've heard, oh, this is Orwellian and all these types of things. But the older I get, I'm a little older now, the more you start to hear this for your own good. It was fine before. Who says it's for my own good? You? It's not for our own good. It's for their own good. There is no real benefit to adding PSN to attach to these. There's no benefit. Honestly, it's a negative because now people spent money and they get their refunds. Thank goodness for that. They spent their money for something that they truly enjoy. I truly believe these people don't want their money. They want their game. People spent their money and now they got to get it back because it's no longer available to them arbitrarily. Arbitrarily for us, maybe numerically, not so much for them. I get it, guys. You make the account in 2 minutes. I get it, guys. Not that big. You do it with everything else. That's also part of it. We do it with everything else. Even the games that we paid for. We're not even talking about games that are free off rip. Everybody gets it. Hey, it's the price of entry. It's free. But if we're giving $40, at least $40 for me, I don't expect to need to jump through arbitrary hoops after giving $40. What's next? What's next? Really, that's a question because this is an instance of give an inch, take a mile. In this case, give an inch, we'll take 2. Give another inch, take another 2. All of a sudden, you're in Narnia from where you started. Sounds a little dramatic. I've seen it. I don't have to take my word for it. Just frustrating. Unnecessary. You all know All know it's all know that Helldivers 2 is getting really pigeonholed by their public. Not uncommon, sadly. But I'm kind of glad that we're seeing the developer fight back a bit as best as they can. They have to work with Sony. That is their overlord. They are in their fiefdom. They have to work, play their rules. So I get it. But they're encouraging us to get a refund, not play, to downvote, make our voices heard. Because really, that's the only way they can fight back. They need some metrics. They need some numbers. They need to say, hey guys, these people really don't want your stuff. They really don't want it. Like, we don't know why, or they're telling us why. But it's getting to that point where it's hurting you more by trying to make this play. Super Earth, man. Super Earth, and half of the countries can't even play it anymore. On Earth, on regular Earth. Half of the players on regular Earth can't even play it. This game was very strong because it built this illusion. I mean, that's the community. It built that illusion. It was unreal. Sounds like something an automaton would say. Sounds like something a Terminator would say. The memes were great. Everybody was wholly bought in. All they had to do was just sit and wait. Honestly, I've heard Asmongold say it. Honestly, you probably would have better work just saying, hey, link to our PSN account, we'll give you free stuff. But what they did is they took up a seat like a bully right next to you, slapped you across your head and say, hey, for that lunch you bought, well, unless you write me a note with, your email and, something we can send more marketing crap to you, I'm just not going to let you eat it. You paid for it. I'm not going to let you eat it. Enough. Enough being bullied, dudes. Really. It's not. It's not just 2 minutes. Not. Especially for the people who can't play it anymore after buying it. Like, it says on the Steam page, it says it right there. But it also says on PSN that it's optional. See how that works? What can you believe? You can't believe anything. You can't believe anything, then, you can't really participate in the market fairly as a customer, as a consumer. So, it's cool. It is the 2 minutes crowd. I get it. It's cool. And I'm pointing at you, Because I had another take previously. Thank God the audio was scuffed a little bit because I was calling y'all some names. Like, cool down a little bit. But I don't it's just disturbing to me to find people that, regardless of if it's in their best interest or not, they will rally for what, for comfortability. They'll rally not for principle, but just for it's easy. It's annoying. Frustrating. It's a little sad. But again, not that big a deal. It really isn't. It's 2 minutes. Do it. Don't do it. It's a video game. At the same time, there's a pattern. There's a pattern here. It's happening all over. Not just gaming. Everywhere. This is just another little microcosm. So yeah, I think I've vented enough about this. Not like I was the most hell-divinest diver anyway. It's just frustrating to see all these things. See people be, so anti-consumer. See people willing to cede so much ground just because it's easier to do so. Just too many people who, they don't have principles about this type of stuff, but, it's just difficult. Just difficult. you know. Still love Arrowhead. Still love them. I don't think this is their fault. I'm not saying I'm even hating Sony either. You know, they're just doing what they do. That's what corporations does. Corporations need to get as much money as possible. But it's just annoying. It's a lot and a little at the very same. Okay, enough of the soapbox. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, you do what they did to Helldivers. Spam that sucker. Leave your comment with your own opinion. No, it only takes 2 minutes. Hit the sub button. Hit the notification bell. We are gaming a whole bunch. I'm still gonna drop whatever Helldivers clips I have in my hard drive because I love the game. I'm not gonna refund the game. I left my downvote, left my on the page, but I said, you know, I love this game. I just do not support doing with this. And that's it for watching.
I'm a pussy that use my